All right. This ain't good. We got 10 shot in a coordinated attack in Queens. A well planned, orchestrated attack on 10 people. 3 of them were the intended targets. The rest were innocent bystanders, people probably shopping, walking in the street. They got hit with strays. We need to do something about people joining gangs, or I'm going to say adolescent, young minds. We need to, what is so attractive about joining gangs and or going to school? Why is it that the gangs are so open armed, willing to accept these youngins? What is it do these gangs have that a family don't have? Is it because most of these gang members are raised up in a single home family? Maybe they raised up in a broken home. Okay? A home where maybe is riddled and filled with gang violence, smoking, drinking, selling drugs. Okay? Fighting between the husband and the wife, or the girlfriend and the boyfriend. Or what about maybe the man is not at home, which seems to be a higher percentage in many of our black communities. Marriage is low, divorce is high, or divorce could be low because there's not enough people getting married. We don't know what the issues are. We cannot pinpoint, but there is a list. There is a litany of things that's going on, and we need to get to the bottom of this. This should be on the mouths of every anchor. This should be on a list of every journalist. This should be interviewing people as to what is going on. Why does this keep happening? Why aren't we calling it like it is? Okay? We pay more attention when it's a white cop on a black individual than we do these type of situations. Because I believe if we took care of this situation, it would take care of the others. But we got to know what the problem is. Where does it lie? How do we tackle it? We need to keep them in school and off of the streets. We need to keep men and women together raising a family. We need men in the lives of these children. We need to keep guns out of these adolescents. You want to keep blaming white supremacy for every single thing, when white supremacy is probably stepping back and saying, y'all doing a better job than we can. That hurt, didn't it? But that is the truth. And we need unity amongst each other. We need to stop this gang violence. Let's look up and see what really happened and what is going on.
Tonight, the search for the 2 gunmen still on the loose more than 24 hours after a shooting that injured 10 people in Queens. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sandra Booker.
And I'm Joe Torres. Police say the shootings are gang-related, and 3 of the 10 people shot were the intended target.
Now, that street was full of people because there was a birthday party underway. All of the victims are expected to survive.
Okay, all the victims are expected to survive. Praise God, praise Yahweh for that. Now, the street was full. It was a birthday party. This means one thing. These gang members did not have a care in the world. They don't care how old you are. They don't care how young you are. They don't care whether you're involved, whether you're not involved. They are out for blood. They are out for revenge. They are out to kill. And they don't care. Where does that come from?
Youngest, just 19 years old. The oldest, 72 years old. Eyewitness News reporter Lucy Yang is live tonight at the scene in North Corona. Lucy?
In North Corona, Queens, right? pandemic. This is a pandemic in the hood with people killing each other. This is a different type of epidemic. Something that needs to be curbed. Something that needs to be slowed down. Hopefully stopped. Right? We need to be focused on this. We need every anchor man and woman holding the bullhorn and sounding off the alarm. Pretend that it's a white cop that killed a black man and sound the alarm. Let's go in these hood. Let's interview some people. You don't have to show their faces because of retaliations. But let's find out what's going on. These people need to be doing their jobs.
Well, Sandra and Joe, this neighborhood is feeling the sting of street violence. 10 people were shot on this block and multiple parked cars, including the back of this BMW. You can see the bullet hole right there. If this was gang violence as suspected, innocent folks know retaliation is just around the corner. Wilson Maracha went to get his car this morning only to find it riddled with bullets, one still lodged in the hood.
I arrived around 9 this morning to take the car, and it was surrounded by police tape.
37th Avenue between 97th and 98th Streets in Corona, Queens turned into an open shooting range Saturday night when 4 men opened fire, 2 on foot, 2 on scooters.
After they fire at least 37 times that we know of, they calmly get on the back of the scooters and take off.
Officials report at least 10 victims were shot, 7 of them believed to be innocent bystanders. You can see pedestrians ducking and running for cover in this surveillance video obtained by Eyewitness News. The 3 who were shot are believed to have been targeted, authorities blaming this wild violence on gangs.
If you're not stopping and frisking these young men who are at war with one another, you're guaranteeing that more of them are going to come out with loaded handguns, with 9mm, and start popping shots, not only at their perceived adversaries, their real adversaries, but innocent members of the community.
We need a joint gangs and guns task force with the federal, state, and city coordination to make sure that we can do information sharing, go after the guns that are on the streets.
Both candidates for mayor explained what they would do to bring peace back to New York City, while police are left asking for the public's help.
Look, in order to keep our kids safe, in order to keep guns off of the streets, I'm sorry, I know, sounds racist, but it's not, but bring back stop and frisk. I don't care. I don't give a damn what you think. We need to bring back stop and frisk. What, you want this to keep going on? You want to allow your child to go out to the store to buy a loaf of bread and not come back? You want your husband to go to work and not come back? Are you kidding me? We need to get the thugs off the streets. This is happening everywhere. It's happening in Chicago. It's happening in St. Louis. It's happening in New York. It's happening in Washington. It's happening in Baltimore. This needs to stop.
Oh, I know their clothing, or the video, I know their gait, I know so-and-so walks that way, and that's why we are really, really appealing to the public.
As gun violence continues.
It's not just blacks. There's white people in this violence too. Whatever it is, we need to stop it. And that's one thing that we actually need to stop doing, is stop looking at the color. But of course, the color could be important in terms of really pinpointing culture and how maybe music or whatever black people are into is influencing this type of behavior. I could understand why people would look at the color, but let's not, for instance, let whites get away with this too. Puerto Ricans, Spanish. Okay, so all sorts of races should be included in this. But I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm dealing with. I know what I'm saying, and this need to be focused on. They need a complete investigation, and they need to actually bring back stop and frisk.
Used to rise in the city, so too fear. No arrest at this hour, as Sandra mentioned. Thankfully, all the victims are expected to survive. We're live in Queens tonight. I'm Lucy Yang for Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank God for that, right? All of them are expected to make it, but how many have lasting fears in their heads? Think about that. But I don't know, man. What are all your ideas? What are your plans? What do you think should happen in the hood? Okay, why do you think all this is happening? Do you think it's single homes that's happening? Do you think it's because daddy is in jail? Daddy is dead. Daddy is gang banging. What do you think is happening? Why? Okay, broken homes. Because most people would think that just because you have a father and a mother in a house doesn't mean that you're all together, because it could be a broken home. Mommy and daddy is not all put together. Okay? Comment below. Let me know. What are your thoughts on this? How can we solve this issue? Do you think, like me, is it just blacks? A lot of it have been blacks, so I'm not gonna shy away from that. Okay? And that sucks. That sucks. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that there's white people. No, it's not. No, blacks. We're in this. Okay. But anyway, if you're not offended, you probably wasn't watching or listening. I'm Slimmy V, and this is the most offensive podcast ever. God bless, stress less, and let Yahweh give you rest. I'm out.